Machine learning as a science has been around for a long time, but only in the last couple of years has it really been accessible, I guess, to organizations that don't want to employ heaps of data scientists, that really just want to make use of the technology. And this is a fantastic era in technology, where technology starts becoming usable by mere mortals, and that it really is a lot easier to plug it into an organization. And I firmly believe we're entering the era of democratized machine learning, and that most organizations should be able to use it effectively inside the organizations. So I wanted to draw a little continuum of the way I see this, and kind of, in some ways, I use this as a maturity map when having a discussion with organizations around how they see the cloud and their data journey and where they're getting value out of it. I think we're all reasonably comfortable with the first block, right? So the concepts of BI, or business intelligence, have been around for a long time. Collecting data, producing reports, showing people what has happened. And I think the key word there is past tense. It's looking back. So most of BI today tends to be what has happened. Let me collect some data and show you a report of the sales for the previous month, the usage for the previous month or the previous year. And it always tends to be very backward looking. And the idea obviously is that we only can look backward with certainty, but we hopefully air that view in front of a bunch of people, asking them to gain some insight out of that. Hopefully those people will make better business decisions. But really what you want to move to is this concept of analytics, ultimately leading to foresight. So once you kind of know what happened previously, it would be really interesting to know why it did happen. And this is where things like machine learning really start grabbing hold, because they see trends in data that humans don't always see. So if I jump back a little bit and just look at where the industry is right now, right? We are collecting data at an enormous rate. We project that we'll collect 400% more data between 2020 and 2025, but we are only analyzing about 30% of that data. And the statistics say that that analytics percentage is only going to get less. Analytics and AI is the number one investment for most business leaders today. But 80% of them report that they're really struggling to mature their data strategy, that they're unable to get true ROI from them. And 55% of them report that data silos or silos in their organizations are one of the major issues for them delivering this value.
Let me ask you this, Monique. We have a question on the chat facilities. When moving all systems into the cloud, do we still have a risk of insecure data?
You shouldn't have. Security in the cloud is they guarantee uptime, they guarantee security, whether that's private or public. And then if you go and do something like a managed service, for example, they guarantee even further data security and data integrity. So if I look at the Hyland Cloud, for example, if you're in the Hyland Cloud and you make a change to your application, but you write code outside of the application, we test the code before we allow you to put it into our cloud, because we want to make sure it's not going to break something on your application or other applications, or allow a potential data breach. And what hackers obviously want to try and do is to try and get to your data and hold you ransom.